Small things, true care, truth brings. I'll take one lift, your ride, best trip. Always, I know you'll be at my show, watching, waiting, commiserating. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a veve OMI update video. You guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Everyone, please go check out at Hey David Donna, at King Mavs Forever on the Twitter, Standoff Chart and King Mavs over on the veve app, Kobe Collection, OMI Player 1 on YouTube, and Wraithax.eth wherever you want to go to look at. Look at Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, veve Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Charles Merkel, veve Darkling, Cavell Anderson, and veve Vibes, all on the YouTube. Got Powers of X #1 over here, Kobe Collects down here, and you got at Wet Wizard veve, Gary O at 1234CA3 on the Twitter, and you got DerekBrad.com/pages/veve-photography and WoundedWarriorProject.org that you should go check out as well. So, there is a... I mean, right now, I'm going to save a lot of this for the video in the morning when I go and upload that, my daily video that everyone seems to like, but currently, right now, I cannot tell you how many messages, how many comments, how many everything I gotta say, like, this is crashing, what's wrong? I'm not even talking about the fudders. I'm not even talking about the people that are just saying, like, hey, this is a crap coin and should have never invested. I'm not even, like, that's just ridiculous. I'm not even going to address that. I'll address people that say, like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, daddy, hold me, I'm scared. Like, I'm pretty sure that's one of the messages I got. And I bought more OMI. I didn't do it with any additional funds that I had in my bank account, because I have zero funds in my bank account. I literally just had Taco Bell, some leftover Tostitos pizza rolls, and some sausage that my friend made me yesterday. This is the diet I'm on right now. Probably not good, but I digress. I happened to sell a couple of things, and one of them being a Todd, and I am now up to 130 million OMI. I'm not scared. This is I believe 100% that... Okay, so let me wind the clocks back 8 years to 2014. Wow, it was that long ago. For those of you that do not know, I used to be engaged way back in the day, and the person that I was engaged with was half Russian, half Ukraine. Her family was in Ukraine at the time, and she went to go visit her parents because her mom was sick. She couldn't make it here. Long story short, there was a bombing in Donetsk in eastern Ukraine. At the time, there was and this does pertain to crypto, so I will bring this back. At the time, the country of Ukraine had voted to not join the European Union. So then some random outside government agency, I don't know which one it was, decided to initiate a coup. They had basically ousted the Ukrainian president at the time and put in a pro-European Union one, very similar to what America did to Iran in 1953, where they took out their president and they put in a pro-American one. Like, Jesus, like, that obviously did not... I digress. So when this happened, the country was split down the middle. You know, you had Western Ukraine with Kiev on one side, and then Eastern Ukraine that wasn't necessarily buddy-buddy with Russia, but as Western Ukraine is trying to, like, you know, take out those supply lines to, like, starve them to death in this civil war, Russia's like, oh no, we'll give them food. We'll give them supplies. So what they did is they just pushed Eastern Ukraine really close to Russia, and that's what a lot of this is about. A lot of this is just, you know, after the annexation of Crimea to Russia, this is like... And at that time, depending where you Googled Crimea from, if you Googled Crimea from the US, it had a dotted line around it showing that it was in dispute. If you Googled Crimea from Russia, it showed it was a solid line showing that it's a part of Russia. If you Googled Crimea from Ukraine, it showed as it still being part of Ukraine. It was absolutely bananas. And in that same breath, you have news agencies reporting that, oh, Biden said that, you know, Russia is set to invade Ukraine. And if you talk to anyone in Russia, or anyone, okay, I won't say who or where, but a couple of buddies of mine that did get, you know, Short notice deployed. They're sitting there. They're not doing it. There's no fighting going on. There's no like they're sitting there kind of bored. And for right now, apparently in Russia, Putin's kind of just the sentiments are not like World War III. It's not like, oh, we're gonna fight. That's not what it is like in Russia. The media does a very good job at scaring people and lying to people, and a lot of what's going on with crypto, especially Bitcoin. Bitcoin was down to like 39,000 again. After we had such great news, like the past several weeks, we've had such great news, or at least the past week or so, and it had gone down to 30. Yeah, about 39.7. It's currently 39.8 right now, so it's about the same thing. And you're just getting a lot of FUD. You're getting a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But look at people who are buying. Like, is Michael Saylor like done? Is he like selling all of his Bitcoin? Like, oh God, this is gonna happen. We're coming into this cross. Let's say, a lot of technical analysis will tell you that if it closes below 40,000 over the next few days, Bitcoin, then it will go down to 2018 levels between 14 and 18,000. In 2018 levels, you did not have Tesla, you did not have MicroStrategy, you did not have Grayscale, you did not have Square, you did not have all these crazy companies, like with a lot of money, like with real money investing into it. You didn't have that. So could they be right? If World War III happens, if we close, but yeah, sure, absolutely. Is that going to happen? I don't think so. And again, I'm not like this 16-year-old like wet between the ears, like cockeyed optimist. No, I'm a very big realist. Like I think what did I said would take down a Comey? Okay, probably World War III, alien invasion or something along those sorts, or like a big pandemic, that type of deal. So let me go into the messages real quick because I had a buddy of mine message me saying that. Okay. Bitcoin dominance. When bull cycle is over, all the coins bleed into Bitcoin generally. Not saying that this is 100% going to happen. Very least in mind, long and short of it, Bitcoin needs to get above 50,000 in a hurry to avoid a 3-day death cross, which apparently, according to technical analysis, will cause a 50% drop per previous data. Charts predict world events. World events don't predict charts. Says this could take time to play out. But again, I don't think Bitcoin's going over 50K in 3 days, in the next couple of days. But he says worst case is $18,000 to $14,000 per Bitcoin. If that were to happen, OMI would go down to 0.001 like that. Because we have no exchanges. Why is OMI going down right now? OKEX and Gate.io, there was like no exchange. Like if you take a look at and this is a screenshot from, it was a few hours ago, but if you take a look at Ascendex and Bit4X at 0.0046, and then you take a look at OKEX and Gate.io and another Gate.io from USDT and OMI to ETH, so different pairings, they were 0.0057. It's because Gate.io and the OKEX had no liquidity. Like you were not able to put in orders on there. So Ascendex and Bit4X, they're the ones that kind of ate the brunt of it, where it went down a lot. And again, I happened to go in, capitalize on that, sold a couple things, and I got it. Because I think these prices are silly. I think that definitely within the next 2 months, if not late Q1, early Q2, where we go and we get a couple of exchanges, some of them might be major, most of them will probably be minor, but some of them might be major exchanges. When you have Amar Singh, whose Instagram name is Art Patron, I don't know the main difference why he has that, but I digress. When you have Vanity Fair doing a giant, amazing article on him and veve, calling us a multi-billion-dollar app, and then you have Coinbase NFT saying that, oh, hey, welcome our new partner, Amar Singh. It makes us think that all of Amar Singh's NFTs will be on Coinbase NFT, which happens to be with veve. Again, when we announced Marvel, how many licensors were knocking on the doors of a Comey? All of them. And that was before Disney. Once they announced Disney, oh my God, it was over. Again, I've said this before. I feel like I'm a broken record when I say that. I guarantee you, every single exchange on this planet knows what OMI is, because if they're doing their job well enough, they hire someone, or they're doing it themselves, where they look at upcoming cryptos which have great licenses. And most of them are poop. So I guarantee you they know what OMI is. And I guarantee you they're all knocking down on the door. If I owned an exchange, it was just called Chavez Exchange, and I said, oh, here's a crypto that's attached to Disney. Oh, and nobody else has it right now. What do I have to do so I can you know how Asian parents they go and they brag to other Asian parents about the greatness of what their kid is doing. That in that same breath, you'll have exchanges go to other exchanges and they'll say, "Oh, look at what coin I have. It's attached to Disney." Every single person, every single exchange, and their mother, their sister, their father's brother's cousin's former roommate, yes, as a Spaceballs reference, is going to want a Comey. They want. I guarantee you, they get calls every single day. Hey, when can we put out? When can we put out? I don't know what the holdup is, but it is like again, if I had some clout saying, oh yes, I have people give me $1 million if they're going to put their coin on my exchange, not this. I would waive that fee in 2 seconds, and if I was head of an exchange and somebody that's whose job it was to get coins listed, if that person did not waive that fee so that we could get OMI, that person would be fired in 6 seconds. Because to get Disney, you do what you got to do. Remember back in the day where they would only let you play a game on Xbox for a certain amount of time, like with email. So let's say your email was Randy Chavez 90, and then your next email is not Randy Chavez 90 because that's the year you were born. You do what you got to do to get some of those free games on Xbox to be able to play on that extended thing. Exchanges are going to do what they have to do in order to get. I'll just call it the Disney token. It's not the Disney token. It's OMI token attached to a Comey, but Disney's like the biggest partnership they have right now. So I digress. I've been talking for a long time. Let me go answer questions. I know y'all have a lot of them because y'all have been asking me. So here we go. Justin says, is 007 drop tomorrow because it's still not on the app? It should be tomorrow. I do have the... Hang on 1 second here. I do have the... There's 2 of them. One of them is at 3 p.m. tomorrow. And then the other one is at 11 a.m. tomorrow. So yes, maybe there's an update that has not been done yet. So let me... No, not the VV app. Let me go to the Play Store. And we go to VV. And there is no update. So, hot dog. I do not have to have that, which is very nice. Also, if everyone that is watching, there's 100 of y'all and only 17 likes, y'all can smash that like button. That is a free way to support the channel, and I would really, really enjoy it if you went and did that. I'm sorry, guys, I got a lot of messages here. Moving on. Ryan Romantic says, "Let's get that bread." Yeah, like I said, I think these prices are very, very silly. I think again, if World War III breaks out, then yeah, sure, everything's going down, like going downtown. You spin me right round. All right, downtown. What's that Green Day song? Lights will be no. There's I don't know if that was a cover or if that was they just did a reimagining, and they just used the beat. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so we're gonna get this right. This is stupid. Even if the short-term vicissitudes bring it down, and let's say cooler heads don't prevail. Let's say the media in the U.S. for one time is actually telling the truth, and Russia does plan to invade somehow, Ukraine anyway. And I think it would be short. I think it'd be over relatively quickly. I think that a lot of these, this wouldn't escalate. But even if I'm wrong and it goes. This won't be a crazy... that war would not be... U.S. tends to not mess with people that have nukes. Why do they want to stop Iran from getting nukes? Because they don't mess with... we don't really mess with North Korea. We don't really... look at all the countries we're at war with in the Middle East. None of them had nuclear powers. Why is Israel our best friend? Why do we give money to Israel? Because they're like the 4th nuclear power in the world. Yeah, yeah, I don't see this really escalating very hugely. There's no way. So moving on. Wes says, Justin, yep. Yeah, so these I would hate myself for not buying down here. And a lot of other people say, oh, if we close below a certain thing, we'll go to 0.003, we'll go to 0.0. I selfishly hope we do. I hope we can. Honestly, I have no money left. If that happens, I will go back to work. If that happens, I will do... Maybe I won't. I don't know. I don't know. I can't do both again. I cannot. Like, remember when Lucius Malfoy was talking to Bruce Wayne in The Dark Knight Rises, where he says, "Well, unless you're willing to turn on the machine again," talking about like the Wayne, enterprises, and then Bruce Wayne, he's old and broken and battered, and he's just like, "I can't, Lucius. I can't. My body's broken." And then like 3 scenes later, he's got this electronic arm and he's fighting bad guys again. It's insane. Anyway, I don't know if I have the power. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have him look at y'all. I don't know if I have the power to do 2 different things again. I don't know how I did it in the past without breaking into. But I would do whatever I could. I would probably be streaming for 6 hours a day again. Girlfriend would probably break up with me. Just like, okay, you're too focused on this. And yeah, I just make money that way. Try to get more OMI. That would be. I mean, Cavell Anderson taught me a couple of things, but one thing that he taught me is that if you stream a lot and you get a lot of watched hours, it's like a cheat code. You'll get more subscribers. YouTube will promote your videos. So, if y'all want more of me, hope it goes down to 0.003. I'll sell the rest of my NFTs and I'll continuously go and just stream nonstop, 24/7. Dylan says, "Let's go." Bobby Green says, "Buy the dip. I'm buying. It dips again. I buy more. It keeps dipping. I'm heckin' out of money." Have a great day. You too, Bobby. You too. Oh, water is so good. Aldous Havley says, "Hey all, hope you're having a great night. Hold me down, just in time for major burns tomorrow." Yeah, we will have because we got two things going tomorrow. It's gonna be great. Ryan Domenius says, "Yo, let's get this bread." Meow, 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 meow. Randy, I want to buy more OMI. You think the price could go even lower at some point throughout the year, or even from where it is now? Yeah, I mean, it could keep going down. Now, we did have a pretty impressive jump back up. I did ask Dr. Profit about it. Apparently, that was not him. Let me go to the Bit4X. And I don't know who it was. I don't think it was Mr. Pags, although he did have a buy order at some point. But now, like, the volume's kind of half and half. Before it was like all red, and then it was not red. But yeah, let me bring this back to last hour. Yeah, we had a hefty dip down to 0.0046. I literally sold the Todd Batman like right there, which is great. And I tried to do it for a fair price, but the guy's like, "No, that you want to donate all your stuff to animals." So it was like for Harambe, and he gave me more. I was like, I won't forget this. Moving on. It could go lower. I mean, I think these prices are silly. I was buying all the way up to like 0.007, 0.008, and of course I'll buy here. Yeah, this is lunacy. So if it does go down more, which I kind of hope it does, more burns and better chance to buy. Now that being said, and again, the point of making this video today, this live stream, is to tell people when everyone's freaking out, guys, I literally lost like $400,000 in like a couple days because of the price of OMI. I'm not freaking out. This is a long-term hodl. This is okay. This is good. Actually, I have a tweet that I want to read out to y'all. It was from a person who I hold in very high esteem. It is from, you know him, you love him, Jeremy Padower, saying, "Investments have ups and downs. Patience can yield big returns. $10,000 invested in Apple stock in 1982. Right? Let's say you invested $10,000 into Apple stock in 1982. Well, in 10 years, it would have gone to $50,000. Not bad. 10 years later, you would have lost $20,000. It would have gone down to $30,000. 10 years after that, it would have gone up to $2.5 million. 10 years after that, it would have gone up to $20.8 million. Now, Jeremy Padower takes a big man to admit a mistake that he made. Says that, quote, "I bought $20,000 of Apple in 2000, the year 2000. He had sold for an $8,000 loss. Today it'd be worth $14 million. Never again. Heart." End quote. This is why you hodl. Because of that. Like look at the longer the base, the bigger the breakout. I can show you multiple things like this from Square, from Illumina, from Tesla, from anything. Moving on. Wes says, if OMI goes to zero, will the burn rate be? I guess it'd be burn the whole thing. It'd be nuts. Justin says, Alice Havley, boom, hit it on the head. Ryan Domeni says, I want more OMI so heckin' badly. I just hope it goes down even more. Please tell me it will go down for me to buy, then absolutely moon. Okay, hang on. I just hope it goes down more. Please tell me it will go down to buy, then absolutely moon. Or is it going to be the lowest? I don't know. It did a nice bounce, 0.0046. Like the 0.005 seems to be a nice floor. If it goes down there, it's like a trampoline. It goes right back up. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I hope it does. I have a Fantastic Four, the number one secret rare I could sell. I got a Riso I could sell. I got 2 Joey M Batmans. I don't want to sell the Lokis. Like I said, I wouldn't sell them. Probably sell everything but. But again, that being said, I have a lot of OMI in the app ready to go buy a bunch of these NFTs once we have OMI to NFT. A bunch of land once we have OMI to land, which are also going to be NFTs. Whippets Run says, truckers on the way to DC. Let's get our freedoms back. Have a bull run. Oh, yeah. So a lot of Canadian, so a couple Canadians I know actually don't like the truckers. I support freedom, whether it's my innate thing as an American. Yeah, because I've seen what happens where in countries that don't have freedom, and it's not good. It's a very slippery slope, and it is not good. You do not want that. And let's say and this is a completely far-fetched notion, but let's just say the government they're smart, they're intelligent, and they have not even your feelings, your best interests at heart. Okay, well, governments and agendas change all the time. You do not want to give power to a government, even if they're amazing. Because again, that changes. That person will eventually not be elected, and you'll have someone else with those powers. It is insane to me. The same liberals that hated Trump wanted to take guns away from people. If you hated Trump that much and you wanted to rise up against him, how else would you do that? How else would you do? Okay, sorry, I digress. Moving on from the politics. Connor says, hi, Randy, what's going on? Wes says, one last chance to pack your OMI bags. Pack our bags one last time. I will never get tired of saying that. Kieran Kramer says, buying the dip on the collectibles as well. Heyo! Justin says, Randy, rent some trucks and we can drive them to the Capitol. We have our CDLs. I have a bunch of licenses from the military. Let me see which ones I got here. All right, hang on. Wait a second here. Let's see which ones I got. This one. Okay. Oh, that's a different one. Nope, it's a radio card. All right, certificate of competency. Certificate of competency. Okay, that's fine. I don't need those. Oh, you're not competent. Oh. Okay, so here's one where it was, and these are literally only half the vehicles that I was qualified on. You can't really see them. Codes not requiring training. Staircase truck, Halverson. A 10K AT, just 10K. Aircraft loader, C5 staircase truck, a bus, 4256, Pax van, conveyor belt, and this doesn't even have 60K on it. I went through my whole deployment without 60K on my license, which is banana. I don't know how that didn't get on it. I took that class in like 2015, and anyway, I digress. Moving on here. I do not have the funds to rent out trucks. Sinful Mawile. I'm finally back to the. I am finally at the point where the video started, and the comments are here now. Sinful Mawile says, went back to check EPLs, and I managed to snag Oregon, Wyoming, Bird Person, and Smooth Love Potion. Dude, I love that so much. I can't believe you got Bird Person. Mike A says, hey Randy, WTF is with this OpenSea hack/phishing scam. New users should appreciate veve's closed system. Newbies with interoperability scared me. Could just be some huge fails. Just my opinion. They're phishing scams all the time. Like, it's just, we need this is what they should teach in schools. Like, hey, and this doesn't need to be a whole class that you teach for a semester. Maybe I guess it does. It probably does. Like day one, hey, when somebody says like, oh, I'm here to help, and they're DMing you, or they're like people from Trust Wallet do not DM you. People from Trust Wallet do not reach out. No, you have to message them. Other people, they do not have this. Some people are so technologically illiterate, and it's not their fault. It's just they, had a job or whatever that was just never around. But even like new kids that really, new people that just haven't figured it out yet. Oh, you shouldn't do this. Oh, here's how you clear cookies. Here's how you delete your browser history. That type of deal. There's the movie Red with what was it? The Rock, Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot. She has this like IT guy like strapped to a chair, and she's like, "Remember, if you don't do what I say, I have your browsing history." And he's just like, it's great. J Dog says, "What up, Randy? Let's go. Let's get this bread." Andrew says, "Hey, my friend. Hi, fam." Bill Gardner says, "Hi, Randy. Let's get this. Let's get it." Ryan Diamond says, "Randy, you need $1 million and you need that 130 million. I do have the 130 million. I did get it. I did got it. I know your OCD was killing you, but now it is up there. Honestly, unless it drops even more, there's no way. I need to have some NFTs to pay for taxes. I need to, maybe some OMI to pay for tax, but definitely NFTs. So I don't know if I could do that. I will have to try to. Yeah, I made a decent amount of money last month, and maybe I could put a little bit. I probably can't. Just gotta keep grinding. Keep grinding, baby. Ron Dominus says, "Randy, you need $1 million more." Up. Just read that. Mishak Tapalis says, "What's up, Randy? Guys, smash that like button. Say a prayer for Omi." Thank you, Jesus. Justin says, watch centralized end up being better, safer? That'd be insane. Palace C15 says, "What up, Randy?" Yeah, what up, Palace? Says, "The Palace in the building." Bill Gardner says, "I'm hoping a dip back to 0.002 so I can catch back up." I don't see it, but who knows? Anything can happen. Says, "What time? Omi well time with Randy." Justin says, Jerry. Palace says, "What's up, Justin?" Keith Tron says, "Hi, Randy. At what price did you buy today?" Again, it was just like a trade. I traded NFTs for the Omi. So it wasn't really a price. S4 NJ1 says, "One Randy drinking stream." I didn't drink tonight. I was at a bar tonight. If anyone has my Snapchat, you're welcome. People have my Snapchat. It should probably be an 18 plus Snapchat. Pretty much is anyway. There's only a few people in there. And basically what there was NSFW time. I guess it's not really that bad, but anyone under the age of like 16 should probably get out of the room. There was these old people there at the bar, and they were talking about how this one old lady goes to an old man, and she's like, "You should throw out your porn, because when you die, your kids and your grandkids are gonna find it." And I was like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever." So I got it like on Snapchat, and then my friend Jen, who was there, is like, what's really funny is when me and her sister Meg, when they were going through their grandpa's house after he had passed away, they had found his porn also. I was like, get the fudge out of here. I guess that's a real thing. I guess old people don't really be using the internet. I guess that's hysterical. So yeah, that was fun. I forget how we got on that. Oh yeah, so the one drinking stream. I don't know. It'll probably be next week, and I say that because me and the girlfriend will be at, probably on Saturday. I'll be over her place. We'll be getting some drinks, and when she goes to bed, I'll just come on the stream being all saucy, be like, "Yo, what up, guys? What up, girl?" So moving on here. Jinferno says, "Howdy. What's going on?" Jinferno says, "Boy, more Omi today. Get it." We got Alan. What's going on, Alan? Okay, where am I going? Bill Gardner. What's going on? Saying they're trying to shake out the weak hands. I believe they are. I believe this is probably going to hopefully be the last shakeout, or hopefully not. I don't know. We'll see. XP Rude Boy say not going to happen. What's not the shaking out the weak hands? I don't know. Ryan Merrick says just bought another $1,000 worth of Omi. Hey yo. Daniel Marquez's comment. Bill Gardner says, "Let it drop 90%. Let's just load up." I would find a way to get more money to load up. Daniel Marquez's comment. I just want to say hi and bye real quick. Hit that like before leaving. Thank you so much, Daniel Marquez. David Perez, a very interesting price movement today. Exchanges, maybe. One could dream. We know they're coming. We just don't know when. Moving on. Vidimon says 13 buy orders filled, dollar cost average, all the way to 0.00458. Hoping I can reach 30 million before new exchanges. Dude, that's so great that you have so much. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of you. Energy says, "Okay, X still on GoChain." Oh, are they really? Oh my god, that's so slow. It's so slow. BJN says 1962. BJ in 1962 says, "Hey there. So, what is the best cost-efficient way to buy more OMI? I have a BitForex account. Same process from months ago. It should be. Apparently, the cheapest way is to transfer XLM because they have cheaper fees than it is for Bitcoin. But yeah, XLM is that tends to be the cheapest way. I've never done it. I send Bitcoin to a buddy of mine. He'll buy me OMI and he'll send it to one of my trust wallets. Simple My Wallet says, I ran out of money to buy the dip. Got 2,000 on the way from E2 flips, but it's the weekend, so E2 won't get to Revolut till earliest Monday, but hopefully OMI stays down. I hope so for you. Hope you can get that bread. I love that we have E2. It's such an easy way to flip money if we want. Randy Warren says, there will be plenty of time to buy OMI cheaper. World events going to keep the markets down. It might. Who knows? Bill Carter says Spaceballs is a classic. I know. Love that movie. So good. So good. They did everything so well. That's such a good movie. Dragon Cove. Hey Randy, what's going on? What's going on, Dragon Cove? Amira Atias is loading up on more OMI. Rip to any kind of social life until noon. That is. I got so lucky. Like again, I went out to a bar tonight. All I drank was water, because I just one, I had to drive, but two, it's just my friends are just chill. They're just, I don't say that they're cheap. They just we're chill. We don't. My friends don't really need to do anything crazy or fancy to have a good time. Like every time I hang out, a lot of my friends just, I don't know, they either like to work out or just watch anime, and it's like, dude, I'm there. I'm there. It's a cheap day. Let's toast up some Tostino's pizza rolls, and it's fun. It's a good time. And that's what I love. Like every now and then, yeah, I like to go out and have a good time, and it's been a while, but yeah, I like to do that every now and then. But for the most part, just relaxing. Omi Pandas has been around crypto since 2012. Crypto ebbs and flows. Holders and dip buyers in solid projects make the big money. Of course, I bought that dip. Get it, Omi Panda. Get that bread. Vidimon says, Randy, maybe the OpenSea hack sends those users over to veve. I haven't even heard about, like, surprisingly, I had not gotten messaged about that. But let's OpenSea hack. Let's see. Oh, yes, 48 minutes ago, OpenSea is investigating rumors of a multi-million-dollar exploit. Damn! Hacker is actively stealing high-value NFTs from OpenSea users. People whose NFTs were stolen are getting wildly different refunds from OpenSea. That's going to be horrible. I guarantee you, oh, this was worth $14 million. Here's $10,000, something like that. OpenSea bug let hackers buy NFTs for... Damn, that is rough. Oh, CoinDesk did a tweet about it, saying, in the wake of a series of viral tweets from panicked traders, NFT marketplace on OpenSea says it's investigating rumors of an exploit connected to its smart contracts, a vulnerability that may have cost users valuable tokens. So okay, this is on CoinDesk. I'm sorry, Danielle. I'm sorry. She's talking. Oh god. All right, let me text her. Be like, streaming. Can I call you back? I miss her. I just saw her a few days ago. I still miss her. Moving on. Vidimon says, Randy. Oh yeah, just read about that. Sinful Miles says, 20 hours ago, Lady and the Tramp bounced back to 1.25k and fell back down to under 1k briefly. Interesting. Bruce Rusdar says, veve Charts posted a pretty good technical analysis video. Overall crypto and growth stocks are down. Yeah, everything's down. Taking OMI with it. Real Ray says, Sugar, we're going down swing and fall. But oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. That wasn't what I was singing. I really hope that you knew what I was singing. But either way, yes, that is a really good one. Ryan Johnson says, veve owners don't want to be on new exchanges. They have to buy back 30 billion tokens. They would much rather buy back at 0.005 than 0.01. They're selling on purpose. Oh, so you mean not veve NFT owners? You mean like the exchange owners? No, that is 100% false. Moving on. Justin says, TA is all BS, right? I mean, no, mostly it's accurate, except when it isn't. And I don't mean to sound facetious when saying that. I mean, it is mostly accurate, but there are times where, whales can manipulate the market, where like, oh, yeah, based on, this wedge and based on, this 30 and 50-day moving average will go down to here. Most of the time, that stuff is right. But every now and then, you have whales that decide, nah, man, heck all your, heck your couch, girl. And, they just decide that, and it just throws everything into a loop. And it's like, okay, nobody predicted that. So, yeah, it really depends. Sinful Mala says, I think regardless of crypto winter, we'll be at 3 cents by end of the year. I think we get to 10 cents way before the bear market comes, and then we get down to like 2 cents again when crypto winter happens, just because everything will take a giant haircut. Again, you got a lot of new investors here that were not around in 2017, 2018, haven't gotten punched in the face yet, and then they'll be like, oh god, I'm gonna lock in my 50 or 70% losses, which is absolutely idiotic. If you're in a good project, that's idiotic. And then once it goes up, like I said, what I just read to you, that Jeremy Padover tweet, hodl. If you're in a good project, you hodl. That is the best way to make money. Moving on. BJN1962 says, best use of 7,000 gems right now. Ultra Rare Spidey, R2D2, Lenticular Set, or hold the gems for cash out. Assume no short term needed for cash the gems. Well, I mean, there's so much stuff that went down. Like, I would not even say Todd or Riso, even though those are down like, I don't know, 40%. There's a bunch of these that are down like 50%. Like the Joey M. Batman, those are down 70%, 65%, something like that. Fantastic Four number 5 secret rare, Fantastic Four number 1 secret rare. Those down by more than 50% from their highs. Well, actually, no, Fantastic Four number 1 is actually up, is actually not even down 50% anymore. So I apologize about that. The Spider-Man rares, the commons and the uncommons. Lenticular cards haven't gone down that much. They did go down a bit. Actually, they did. No. They were just close to 50% off, especially the Goofy, but they had gone up a little bit. Thank you guys for 50 likes. That means the world. Storms are down a lot. Deadpool's are down a lot. Loki's are down a lot. Loki's, I think, again, Loki's were up to 4K at one point. So the secret rare, where they at? Oh, no, I went into YouTube. I didn't mean to go into YouTube. All right, let me go to the veve app. I can't believe I really should drop that video tomorrow before the James Bond drop. I have to be up early tomorrow anyway. It was a crazy weekend. Only have 21 sets now. So it wasn't the cards I was talking about. All right, Loki here. Which, by the way, President Loki on the next comic on Monday or Tuesday, it's gonna be great. Can't wait for it. Yeah, 18. What is it? 18. Oh, $1,900. So it's just over 50% down from its all-time high. Like I said, I'm very, very, very bullish on Disney. Very bullish on Spider-Man. Those are the two big ones that I really like. And then that first series Batman. That first Joey M. Batman, Becky Cloonan, Eddie Riso, and Todd McFarlane. Those ones I really love. So yeah, R2 is fine. Ultra Rare Spidey's fine. Lenticular Set is fine. Sinful Mala says, don't go back to work. Open a 0 APR for 15 months credit card, then buy 50% of your limit. And money move to Revolut, then buy Bitcoin, transfer to buy more OMI. I'm going to test this. Test it. Also, so I had this thing where years ago I was going to try to build credit, and I got a credit and I put stuff on it and I could just forget to pay it off. My credit is poop. Not because I don't like, I'm not like 30, 60, and 90 days late behind on like anything. It's just every now and then I forget to pay off the credit card, which has like $12 on it. Because I want to use that, get a balance to build my credit and pay it off each month. And most months, like, okay, I remember. And some months I just don't remember. So every now and then it shows like a late payment. It's like, So, yeah. I don't think I can open that. Justin says, I want the price to stay here for 6 months. That'd be great. We burned so much. Black Magic says, I have to empty my account if it hit 0.003 anything. Yeah, same. Dino Lang says, what's up, VV fam? What's up, gang? I'd have to talk to my girlfriend and be like, hey, can I like move in with you? I can't afford rent anymore. I would be, that'd be a thing. I don't think, she'd be like, nah, fam. We're Omi Homie Mike Jack says, Randy bought a 400,000 OMI today, sitting at 3.85 million. Feeling good, and I do hope it goes down to get more. Get it, brother. Get it. Justin's got those eggs. Andrew L says, hey, Randy, I got approximately 100,000 NFT portfolio, but only 1.9 million OMI. I want a bigger bag of OMI, but are private sales for OMI worth it? Or is the cut you take selling off app too high? All right, so even if you sell things for 40% off, that's fine. Because again, like, even if you get a Batman, a Todd McFarlane Batman, which is like 9,000 and change on the app, if you get 1 million OMI for it, which is about $5,000, and you're taking like 40 something percent off, is the Todd McFarlane Batman going to be $1 million one day? Probably not. Will 1 million OMI be worth $1 million one day? Yes. Like, most likely it will be. So I don't care. I'll sell whatever. I mean, if it goes to 0.004, I'll sell I'll sell everything. Like, even if that, God, the reso, is that gonna be $1 million one day? Maybe. I mean, if a millionaire wants to get it, they, if you need, I don't know what, like 1,500 millionaires to try to get one, and maybe only them can. So if 1,600 millionaires want to get Eddie Riso, they cannot do it. If you have 4,000 millionaires that want to get the Walt, they can't get it. They can't. If 4,000 millionaires each want to get a Walt, they cannot get that. So there are a couple of these that probably can reach $1 million, like a Riso, like a Walt, like the Secret Rare Spider-Man, but very few and very far between, in my opinion. Just my opinion. So yeah, I think it's worth it, even if you have to sell a lot off, because I think OMI go, and again, it might not be soon, or it might be soon. I don't think OMI goes to $1 this year, next year, or anything. I think it takes a while, but just my opinion. Andrew G NFT says, to clarify, you said you sold to Todd for more OMI. How'd you go about getting those funds? I just had somebody give me OMI, and I gave him a Todd. Rich Man says, got another 500,000 OMI today. I love how we're all buying this dip. I love how my audience is very, very smart. I love how this is good. This is a good audience. This is a great subscribe. I'd go to war with you guys. Not like against you, like with you guys. This is good. Sorry, I got switched over now. Nomad with NFTs says, too bad missed boat on Sandbox and Decentraland. E2 is still a waiting game. Will they ever make a game? After Earth is the rug pull, Meta Earth. Yeah, After Earth and Meta Earth. I knew it from the second they contacted me. I was like, no, there's no way, because one, they either didn't have the funds to pay me, or they just didn't want to pay me. I was like, all right, I'll do a research video on you guys if you want. If you give me like a couple $100. They're like, well, we can give you credits. I was like, basically gave him the finger and told him, I'm not gonna tell him what it is, but I was like, nah. So what I did was I went live. I was like, listen, guys, these guys don't hold a candle to Earth 2. Like, it's again, Earth 2 is very, very good. They will have a game at some point. Again, it's just a waiting game. Mendez Flip says, just bought $300 more of OMI for my bag. Get it, girl. Noah NFT says, dude, Green Goblin Gang got to represent under 600. Yo, is he really? Should I get one? I have 700 gems, but I kind of want that Loki comic. I kind of want. I have 700 gems. What's the Lady and the Tramp? You said that was under 1,000? No, not. What's the Donald and Daisy Duck at? 1,400. I'm so bullish on those, on Disney NFTs. The lenticular card set. Goofy's down to 2,200. Oh, Mickey Mouse down to 497. Yo, Mickey Mouse down to 490. That's a first edition. And we got Minnie Mouse down to 399. Oh man, how many of these Mickey? Oh man, there's probably gonna be a bunch of Mickey Mouse stuff. And the reason why I say that, because the Mickey Mouse NFT collection, there's gonna be a bunch. Like, how there's a couple of Captain Americas, but there's a bunch of Spider-Men. There's gonna be a bunch of everything. So I expect there to be a bunch of, like, a Steamboat Willie in the Mickey Mouse NFT collection. This is the Mickey and Friends NFT collection. I should get one. I should not. I should not, but I should. Let's see if there's any lower mint ones that I can. No, not even close. Not even heckin' close. Although, be advised, I'm taking a look at this right now, and the fact that you can get number 87, and number 87 is about $2,700. Sorry, $2,750. I think that's kind of I think there's a couple of these that are undervalued, but again, just my opinion. 86, 87, 91, anything under 3K. But again, just my opinion. The mini, let's see what there's at for the mini, because I want to be able to try to get some of these. Or at least one of these. So she's about 400. And that is interesting. Oh, wow. You can get a number 83 for 2100. And I think that's probably the best. Yeah, because she's at 400. So usually the sub 100 for something like this should probably be probably around 3,800, 4K, and you can get it for a lot cheaper. It's 2,200 actually. It's 2,199. Hate it when people do that. There's no way Donald Duck is. So actually, everything here on this card set is lower than what I got at, and I mean now's the time, right? Now's the time to go and get stuff. So I'm gonna get another Mickey card. Got another Mickey card. Got number 9,641. I now have a couple hundred gems left. I probably should have just cashed out. I don't know it, but yeah, I think that's these again, short-term pain, long-term gain. Moving on. X Black Magic says, "How are you selling your NFT to get OMI Randy?" No, there's no OMI NFT function. It's just people message me all the time, and most of it is like, "Hey, do you want to buy my stuff?" Which clearly I don't have gems for. But every now and then it's like, "Hey, do you have anything I want to buy?" I was like, "Okay, cool, yeah." Will you pay an OMI? And they're like, "Yeah, I'll pay an OMI." So like, "Girl, I'll sell you my stuff for OMI." So that's just what happens. No NFT says, "Dude, Green Goblin Gang, gotta represent." I just read that. I don't know. Yeah. Justin says they don't support the truckers, but they're okay with Antifa and BLM burning down businesses. What if one of those were a Comey? Oh no, you can't burn down a Comey. No. Christopher says, "Freedom, amen, freedom over everything." Klajic says, "Well, some people take our freedom for granted and actually think they'd be happier in Europe." Now, to be fair, Europe is a fun place to. Europe is fun. Oh, it's fun. I feel like I'm Eugene Levy talking to his kid about tennis. Like, you can, play tennis with yourself and bang a ball against the wall for hours, and it can be fun. It can be fun, but you want a partner. Like I feel like going to Europe is so much fun. It is. Some of my best friends are in Europe. Some of them still are. A lot of my. Oh man, I miss my friends so much. Mm, mm, mm. Sorry, I just got really sad for a second. Europe is nice to visit, and yeah, I don't know if I could live there. I mean, I could live anywhere if I wanted to, but yeah, no. It's I like America. I would much rather be in America. That especially if I get sick. If I get sick, there's no other country I'd rather be in than America. If World War III breaks out, there's no other country I'd rather be in than America. Europe historically gets ravaged by world wars. So yeah, no can do. No I would much rather be in the US for a lot of things. Again, and I love other countries. Other countries are great. But that's just my opinion though. Moving on. Sinful Mile says you can buy old military trucks for like 4K. Really? Stuff that went unused or retired from the Cold War. They're manual though. Oh, I can't drive manual. No, my NFT says certificate of competency. LMAO, good to know you're competent. I know you're degenerate all in on OB. Pretty much. Carlos says, "Is Daisy and Donald Duck Golden Moments good?" Yeah, they're great. I'm so bullish on them. So bullish on them. Carlos Aguero says, "Is Daisy?" Oh, I just read that. Lucky Clover says, "Randy, go, keep crushing it, brother. I'm trying, brother." Dino Lang. Oh my God, my body. I don't know why I keep twitching so much. I know why. Dino Lang says, "At Justin Sup, brother." Mark Anderson says, "Sold my WPKT for OMI today. Couldn't pass up those .004s. Nailed that bottom. Get it, Mark. Get it." What is WPKT? That sounds like a radio. Let's go, Mets. FAM down. John M says, "Just sold all my collectibles. Bought a second Walt." Oh, we got a savage over here. Justin says, "At Dino Lang." Egg. Mendes says, "Egg." Loki Clover says, "XLM cheap to send." Agreed. Lucky Glover says, not as liquid to sell, though. Excellent on Bitforex. Oh, interesting. Mark Anderson uses Litecoin. Alan uses Litecoin. Stroker says, yo, thank you, brother. P.S. I sent a DM. Check it out. Great place for your steak dinner win. Oh, all right, Stroker. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Stroker, is that your veve name? Or is that your Twitter name? Let me... Okay, where's my... All right. I don't... Yeah, so let me know your name, Stroker, on veve or on YouTube. I'm sorry, on Twitter. And then I will try to find the message. I just cannot find it right now. There's too many. Tyler X says Ethereum is less cost. I think you've had to gas fee those, right? Timothy Lamentary says, imagine that OMI at 0.001. Best day of my life. I hope one hits 0.0009 and stays like that for 3 to 4 months. We'll burn 60 to 80 billion OMI tokens. Yeah, the amount would be insane. And I wouldn't sell a kidney or anything, but damn, I would do, like, am I Simple Plan? Because I do anything just to hold you in my... I would, I would cancel my party. I'd be like, sorry guys, I gotta, I already put down a deposit. I would sell all my alcohol. I have a couple, I think I'm done with the Johnny Walker Blues. I have a couple of Tequila bottles. Like I said, I would do, oh God, would I go back in the military? No, I would do contracting for a year maybe. No, I don't know. I would, I don't know what I would do. I would line this whole thing with paper for a fridge. I have to make new ones. I know I've been saying that for like a week now. I have to get new ones. However, so will we see exchanges next month? Most likely, yes. Most likely next month. Definitely by April, but most likely by next month. Justin says, decentralized, looking less safe day by day. I could be wrong. Fair point. Tyler X says 3 cents is my target. For when, though? When is the timeline for your target? Ryan John says, Akomi has over 30 billion tokens of buybacks. Haven't done... Well, again, they can't do the buybacks because there's or they can't talk about doing the buybacks because there's a legal function that if they talk about it, then it's like manipulation or whatever. So when they do it in silence, and they cannot say when they are doing it, but they are doing it. They don't want to exchange. No, trust me when I say they want exchanges. Again, the owners of Akomi have more OMI than anyone, and they want exchanges. Trust me, they want exchange. Trust me, they want all of this done. We got a... Where am I here? Jared Sousa says best exchange to buy off of and why. I don't know because I've never done it, but probably Bitforex. That seems to be easiest. Funky Cold says coincidence, OpenSea hack the week Biden about to regulate crypto. Fair point. Fair point. Tyler X, I'm guessing no exchanges until April. We don't know. Yeah, I'd say late, most likely late March, but it could be early April. Who knows? I'm so sorry, I just farted. Crate Noob says, were you more confident in Pokemon, Tesla, or OMI? Well, I sold my Pokemon and Tesla for OMI, so I'm more bullish on this project than any other thing that I've invested, that I've gone all in. Now, obviously, what is safer? Okay, well, Tesla's safer. Tesla's probably the safest. Maybe Collectibles. No, probably Tesla is safest because that's, almost $1 trillion. It has been $1 trillion company, but again, those gains will be fine. They'll be good. That's great to invest in if you want to, have your wealth be, if you want to maintain it and grow. That'll be a $6 trillion. I've been saying this for a while. I've been saying Tesla for a long time, and everyone said no. I was like, yes, and I made a bunch of money. But I think Tesla will be a $6 trillion company by 2030. And people and I've been saying that for over a year, and people are like, you're cracked. There's no way. I was like, no, there's multiple ways they will do that. $6 trillion by 2030. No one believes me. It will happen. Moving on. But yeah, OMI will get obviously a lot more gains because they're worth like nothing now. No NFT says, I am the hacker of OpenSea. Can't prove it though. I hack everything in number one Russian hacker. No NFTs, I love you. Alan says, OMI is in the queue for new exchanges, so it depends on when they get to us. Ivan Anderson says, the veve market is crazy. This morning I sold an Iron Man for 2,400 and bought a lower mint Iron Man for 1,800 about an hour ago. Easily made 300 gems. Was planning to hold gems, but it was a great deal. Cheers. Oh my god, water is so good. Sorry, moving on. Lords of the Realms says Dashy, bless us with these dips to fill our bags. Dashy did. Dashy done the good. Dashy done great. Remember that episode of The Office where Kevin's like, why talk with long word when few word do good? And then everyone's like, he's got a stroke. He's had a stroke. And he's like, no, like why talk with these big words when, just a few words do well? And it's like, oh my god, that's amazing. Kevin was like one of the best characters on that show. He was so funny. Manuel Mendes, where do I buy OMI? It's Bit4X. Alan says Bit4X. In the exchange, yes. Ryan Merrick says, we always buying them dips. We be burning, not concerning what nobody gonna say. Name that song. Rudy G says, yo, Randy, I think I got a Walt, but the gems might have been dirty. What do you think about that for holding Walt long time? I think that if you have as long as you haven't done anything like bad or illegal or more, like you're not using bots, you're not using scripts, like again, the dirty gem theory is like, okay, well, if I sell something, like let's say I sell something, let's say I sell a Marvel Mighty or whatever for 70 gems, and those gems happen to be taken from a stolen credit card. Like I don't know, like somebody just buys my stuff and I get the gems. I don't know where it comes from. So I don't know how you would know if you had dirty gems unless you know you had dirty gems. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm hiccuping. So I would not stop doing something just because I might have dirty gems. Like I would still continue doing what I'm doing. Moving on. Lord of the Realms says, glad I waited for it to dip more before buying 2 million more OMI. Get it. Crypto Boy says, hi Randy, thank you for all the info. Cheers. Eric 505 says, what was Steamboat Willie Happy Whistle all-time high? The Happy Whistle? All right. I'm actually not sure. Ooh, my body. Let's take a look-see at the... Oh, God. Why did I exit? I always X out of this app. I don't know why. I, never mean to. 41 million OMI burned today. Very nice. Why am I not? Okay. All right. I'm going to go to my profile on the sets, and I'm going to go to the Steamboat Willie. And which one did you say? Happy Whistle. Was it uncommon? I don't know what that was. It was definitely over 1,000 at one point, so it's already lost 40. I don't know when though. I know it was over 1,000. I had to talk with my friend Joe today, and he had entrusted me like maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, with like $1,500. Like, all right, buy what you think is best. So I bought a jaunty jig, the Steamboat Willie, for like $1,300. It's at like $565 now, and then I also bought a couple of Reed Richards Fantastic Four, Marvel Mighties, Mr. Fantastic, and that also had dumped. Oh my god, like by half. That is ridiculous. But again, in the future, in the next several months, will all of that, the short-term vicissitudes matter? No, absolutely not. They'll be huge. Simon says, Minnie Mouse polka dot dress, no more with Disney too. Probably should have bought Minnie Mouse. I mean, I already have that full set, but yeah, I don't know why they're changing things. Like Minnie Mouse is no, that Minnie Mouse should not be changed. I don't like it. Tinful Mawa says, checking up on the After Earth and Earthium. Don't see anyone talking about it. Somehow Earthium still has a following, not as much as Earth 2, but still alive. Interesting. We got Diamond Ink OC says, hey Randy, how do you feel about selling your Secret Rare Spidey now? Now the market down looks like a smart move. I mean, it definitely again, short term you can't really tell because anything can happen short term. But long term, yeah, long term I definitely the right move. And yeah, what is Secret Rare Spidey down now to? 60-something thousand? Okay. All right, moving on. Looking at the Spider-Man Secret Rare. See what we got. And he is at 50. Wow, so 58,000. Yeah, I made a great move. Again, short term. Short term, I also expect Spider-Man to go back up a lot. Okay, Spider-Man will be several $100,000, probably this year, like guaranteed. Sugar Shane 420 says, "Are you all in on OMI and Fifi?" Yes, I am. Financial advice? No, nothing. What I do is financial advice. I've said this before with Pokemon, Tesla, Earth 2. This is just all what I'm doing. None of it's financial advice. It's, again, just what I'm doing. Sinful Mama says, but would you sell Dashy? Dashi's been through with me. So the only, all right, I will preface this by saying that let's say Dashi no longer decides to remain silent. Let's say Dashi becomes a fully realized god dog and comes to me and says, Chavez, I've been talking to the other god dogs. And Dashi says, Chavez, they can give me, as in they can give Dashi, $50 million right now to sell me into like brown slavery. And then that Dashi would use that for the betterment of the world. I would do that now, no questions asked. Okay, Dashi, you're in charge of my finances now. I'll go to brown slavery for the next 50 years, probably 40, probably 30 years until I die. And I would do that to one man sacrifice to help the world. So that being said, if somebody came to me with a sizable offer and said, I want to buy Dashi from you right now because OMI is so very low and I can get a lot of money, I would do that and then pretty much dedicate the rest of those funds that would make millions and millions of dollars. That matters. That would help. That would, in a sense, that sacrifice would be worth it. If someone's like, yo, Chavez, give you $1,000, get the fudge out of here. $1,000. Like, it would have to be a sizable amount. But yeah, I think me and Dashi have that understanding that we would both sacrifice ourselves for the greater good. It is time for my 1 hour Patreon member shout out. Voy a bailar, vivir mi vida, la 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 la. Voy a gozar, vivir mi vida, la 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 la. I love Mark Anthony. Everyone comment down below if you like the Mark Anthony. Moving on. Everyone check out at HeyDavidDown, at KingMavsForever on the Twitter, Standoff Chart and King Mavs over on the veve app. Kobe Collects, OMI Player 1, and on YouTube and wraithax.eth, wherever you want to search that. You got Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy of Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Charles Merkel, veve Darkling, Cavell Anderson, and veve Vibes all over on the YouTube. Powers of X #1 over here, Kobe Collects down here. You got at Wet Wizard veve and Gary O at 1234CA3 on the Twitter. DerekBrad.com/pages/veve-photography and WoundedWarriorProject.org. All other places y'all should check out. I'm going to hydrate real quick. Oh, so good. Sinful Mama says, timeline is definitely by the end of this year, short term. Sinful Mama says, no exchanges till December. That'd be incredible. We would burn so much on me. That'd be great. DJ DS says, are you bullish on comics? When can we display our comics in our showroom? That will be the next showroom update. The next showroom update will have showroom like 3.0. We'll have comics in there. Cannot wait for that. It's gonna be great. I am bullish on comics. I understand it's a waiting game and we should be patient. But everything that I have on the app is cannon fodder, pretty much for OMI or for Pokemon. That is where my true loyalties lie. No, I mean, I do want to keep. I want to keep all my Marvel Mighties. I want to keep a lot of my Marvel. I only have like one big comic left, Fantastic Four #1 secret rare. That's my only like big comic left. Everything else I could just sell and I could get back if I wanted to. I mean, I would not like to sell my Storms because first X-Men, first African American woman in Marvel Comics. There's a lot of history with that. I think she'll be in Black Panther too, so I probably should keep her. But yeah, the comics and a little more bullish on the. It's so hard to say because comics have actual real world, like especially some of those bigger ones. I feel like people are missing the boat, and I feel bad for people that I don't want to say aren't smart enough, like people that collect physical comics that refuse to get into comics like digital comics, like NFT digital comics, because they don't understand it. I feel so bad because like they most likely back in the day they couldn't afford the bigger grails, and now that they kind of can, they're relatively cheap compared to what their physical counterparts go to. Yeah, they are, like I said, they're missing the boat, and I feel bad. And I this could help so many people. This could help, but they won't get in until it's too late, and then It's another thing that they missed. So, moving on. But who knows when that happens though? Who knows when that comes to fruition? Black Magic says, Randy, which exchange would you be excited to hear most? Either Binance or Coinbase. Probably Coinbase. That's for America, and I could put some OMI on there. But Binance has more volume though, so I would be excited to hear both. Brooke says, what's the top NFT on the app today? I think the Marvel Comics #1. DJ DS says, does anyone think 10% cash out fee plus 8.5 Disney fee is a bit too much? Nah, it's just the cost of doing business. Jack Long says, I'm interested in buying a Walt. Yeah, I got a buddy of mine that's interested in buying a Walt too. A lot of people are. T says, don't buy, let it fall. I can't not buy at these prices. They're too low. They're too cheap. They're too good. It's Idris says, hey Randy, just got 1 million more OMI today. Get that bread. I am so cold. I'm gonna put on my jacket. I'm gonna try to. Okay, this is not my jacket. This is my backpack. Backpack. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that to y'all. I'm gonna you. And I'm gonna over here, and then I'm gonna. Okay. You're really lovely underneath it all. You want to love me. All right. Alan says, nice. Dat 1G says, Eric 505, you in Albuquerque? Every time I hear Albuquerque, I think of, and there's nothing against Albuquerqueans. There's a Deadpool comic in which he's talking with his head voices, and he's like, something. You can't just say that, like, because they're ugly. It's like, you can't just say that to people. That's why I'm no longer allowed in Albuquerque, because he says that Albuquerqueans are ugly or something. And then at the end of, like, the episode or the comics, like, for Albuquerque, and then he just starts shooting people. It's such a great, it's like, anyone remember Married with Children? And Al Bundy's like, who's the man with the smoking gun? Who's the man who, like, beats his son? It's like, who's the man who kills for fun? Psycho dad, psycho dad, psycho dad. He's a darn good pa, but he hates the law. Killed his ex-wife with a saw. Psycho dad. So that's pretty much what Deadpool is like. If for those of you that the uninitiated, I really don't need to explain that to anyone here because y'all are probably fans, but I love Deadpool so much. Moving on. Now it says long term your OMI will be higher than Spidey. Long term OMI will be higher than pretty much everything. Yes, the amount of OMI what you can get for these items, OMI will probably outperform all of them, in my opinion. Excuse Peak says, I have a Walt I've thought about securing short-term profits on, currently at 31,000. I bought it 17,000. Nice. Thoughts on locking in profits? I'd like to secure my initial investment pre-MTL if possible. It depends. If you need the money right now, then yeah, by all means, sell it for USDT, sell it for whatever. If you don't need it right now, I would say don't sell. Not financial advice, just because if you have money like excess, like you're probably gonna spend it. I mean, if you have this like willpower that's unmatched, like no, I can keep it in there and not spend it. And but again, if it's just sitting there, it gems. I do not expect MTL to happen for a couple of months, probably several months. If it's just going to sit there, it's not growing, it's not doing anything for you. I would sell it maybe for crypto, or I'd maybe sell it for like USDT or whatever, but I would not. I would not do that. I would not sell right now just to keep it in the app for MTL that maybe happens in like 2 months. Again, it's just my opinion. Synox says, hello K, end of your price prediction is 2 cents. I'm starting to agree with him. Only time will tell. I would bet any amount of OMI. Like I said, I've tried to bet the veve brothers. I've tried to bet Michael Violet. I've tried, but nobody's putting their money where their mouth is. Anyone wants to go, like, hello K, like if he's out here, I'll bet him 10 million OMI. Bet him 10 million OMI that doesn't happen, that we break 2 cents. That's lunacy. That is lunacy, in my opinion. Moving on. Sinful Model says 50 million into OMI right now would make you a billionaire by $10, 2030. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can put 50 million into OMI. Can you? Well, let's see how much it would be if $1 million in OMI. Okay, hang on. Let's do the math here. Let's say 1 million. Actually, let's do 5. Let's do 5. Make this easier. 5 million divided by 0.00, was it 52 right now? So you get 960. Oh, wow. 5 million only gets you 961 million OMI. You don't even get a billion. But if you were to do that, you could really only do that over the course of maybe a week. Maybe not even. Again, if you did that, it would go up to 0.00 and then so really $50 million into so all right, let's okay 6. All right, so I'm sorry. So let's just then try 10 million at 0.007, and that would get you 1.428 billion. So let's say this is about 2.3 billion, and then you've done 15 OMI. So let's do that again at like 9. So let's say 25 million has been gone in, and then you have 3.3 trillion. I'm sorry, 3.3 trillion. So 3.3 billion OMI. 25 million, and then let's say you do that again, say 35 at a penny, so it's another billion. So 4.3 billion at 35, and let's say 112, so 833, so it's 833 million, so 5.1, so 5.1 billion, and then the last 5 at 0.5. So let's say so I'd say I don't know 4.7 billion, give or take. But maybe 4.7 billion OMI, which is not a ton. I mean it's still a ton, but again, putting $50 million into something. Now again, if you have 4.7 billion, yes, you will be a multi-billionaire in the future if you were to do that. It would take probably several weeks to do, and there's a chance that you only get to buy 25, maybe $35 million worth before it really starts to moon. Because again, once you get on exchanges, it's over. Yes, if you put in, honestly, even if you put in, if you get a billion OMI, you'll be a billionaire at some point this decade, easily. But again, that's a billion. You have to spend so much money. I have 1/3. Wow, I have 130 billion. 130 million now. Oh, yeah. When this goes to $1, which is it's not a matter of when, or it's not a matter of if. It's just a matter of when. When will it happen? 2025, 2026. Before then. I mean, again, when we go into like full crypto winter bear market, probably only lasts about 2 years, maybe 2.5. Bitcoin halvings in 2024. So it should not be this. And again, we've also had a pandemic in the middle of this, bull cycle where, everything went crazy. So, yeah, this is kind of a messed up bull cycle, which pandemics don't normally happen. So yeah, we just gotta wait it out. Moving on. That one G says, I love Mark Anthony and salsa dancing. Oh, Mark Anthony is my homie. Gotta love him. Ooh, my body. Oh god. Radic says, would it be smart to / dumb to sell Todd to get Goldens? I mean, I'm bullish on both of them. I don't know if I would not sell Todd to get like a skateboard or like a Pizza Planet truck. Or Avengers logo, but if you wanted to sell him, and let's say you want to sell 3 of him to get a waltz, yeah, maybe. If you want to sell him to get, maybe it's a fair trade, but in general, probably not a good idea to sell the Todd. Todd's gonna be one of the best on the app. Why did I? Oh, well, Chavez, why did you sell him? I sold him for OMI, but yeah, moving on. Alan says, Sinful Mom, you got an extra 50 mil? If he did, I would. He'd own Earth too. He wouldn't own it, but man, would he get a nice chunk of land with that. Andrew Detox says, praying for whales to beat the price into the ground. A lot of us are, yes. Justin says, physical comics is their whole identity. Yeah, a lot of people that buy physical comics, like that's what they do. Oh, water's so good. I say it every time I drink water. There's this one page on Reddit called Hydro Homies. I'm gonna get some water real quick. Oh my god, my legs hurt so badly. So, as most of y'all know, the sport of choosing that I like to participate in is boxing. So when I go, been working out with this guy like the last couple weeks, and it's just a lot of weights, and I feel good, I feel strong, but like, oh my god, my body is not is not used to heavy weights. I'm more of a just like a move type of guy, boxing, and this is just, ooh, it's rough. Sinful Mile says Albuquerque aren't ugly, they're easy. Oh! Sinful Mile, shots fired in Albuquerque. Stroker says, I didn't mean live, LOL. It's at Stroker23. All right. Well, you know what? You're getting this live. All right. So at Stroker23. Oh my God, my beard itches. I hate going through all these. Okay. So, not asking in a stalking way. Oh, okay. So, going to Atlantic Highlands is a New York. I'm sorry, is a New Jersey restaurant. Won't regret it. I mean, I tend to not go to Jersey unless like if I am. I feel like also makes this reference a lot too. Am I Gandalf? Like, I would not go into the mines of Moria unless I absolutely had no other choice. Like, I would not go to New Jersey unless I had zero other choice. That's how much I hate New Jersey. I lived there for years, and the only thing I think about when I would get in there was how I wanted to get out. Moving on, we got Ray Thax with a $5 super chat. So smash that like button. Show Randy some love with the smashing of the likes. Yeah. Thank you, Ray Thax. Thank you so much. Ray Thax, I saw Tombstone. I don't know if I told you yet. Great movie. Oh, great movie. Where at the end, he's all acting sick. Like, let me know what it feels like. How does it feel to wear that badge? And then it's like he's dying. And then the next scene, just see him like still all sweaty and like with his guns, like, I'm a sheriff now. It's like, oh. Ray Thax, if you haven't watched Hell on Wheels, you have to watch Hell on Wheels. It is such a good show, and it is kind of similar to that. It's about the Transcontinental Railroad being built after the Civil War. Oh god, Cullen Bohannon will be your new hero. He is mine. Moving on. Where was I? Real Ray says, do you know if we get more OMI for staking OMI when it comes out? No, that will never happen. This is a deflationary token. This is a utility token. They are not making that a security, so we will never get more OMI for staking OMI. Now, that being said, we will never get that as a type of security thing. That will not happen with veve. Within veve, when you stake OMI, you're just going to get, I don't know, points for the Mass Collector program. You're just going to get access to land easier. You're going to get a couple of perks. But on the exchanges, it's been rumored that they're going to take some of their fees. They're going to give you like a really, 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 really low APY for staking OMI and locking it up. I don't know if it's really worth it to do, but I digress. Moving on. Mike Bronson says, so you're claiming to be a billionaire? No. I am not a billionaire. Well, I don't know no, I'm definitely not. I don't want to say I will never be a billionaire. It most likely would not happen. I mean, if I held here, again, I'm 31, so I'm not old. Although if, you ask like a teenager, oh, he's 31, he's old. Okay, fair point. To a teenager, I would be old. But if you go if you talk to any like 65-year-old or even any 50, even any like 40-year-old, and say, hey, if all I do is all I wanna do is see you turn into a Super Saiyan, Sorry. If all I wanted to do was take all of my finances, all my trust wallets, throw it in a vault in a bank, which for the most part half of them are at anyway, for 20 years, max, most likely 10 years, but let's say 20 years max, until I'm 50, and then I could just get all of it and become a billionaire, that's literally what would happen. And here's the reason why. Because at a $10 OMI, if there are no burns ever done from a circulating supply, that would be a $3.1 trillion market cap. And I guarantee you, by 2030, most, if not all of the top 10 cryptos will have multi-trillion dollar market caps. And OMI will probably be in top 5. because, and again, that's with zero burns from the circulating supply. But I think OMI will burn a ton from the circulating supply over the next 7.5, 8 years, and that will lead us to have, even 199 billion OMI tokens still left after burning, let's say 112 billion, 113 billion. Then we still have 199 billion left, and that would still bring us at $10 OMI would bring us to a less than $2 trillion market cap, and that would be about $18 trillion behind Ethereum at that time, give or take. And if people like me that have 100 million OMI times $10, that's $1 billion. So yeah, I got a super chat. Let's see what that is. Wraithax says Earth 2 mahong it rain, making it rain. Wraithax got $3,400 today, selling some of his extra brilliant jewels. Ma heckin' man. Sorry, I'm taking a drink here. I'm taking a swill of water. Dude, my man, making it rain. Oh yes, Wraithax, you need more OMI. Do what you need to do to get some. This is one of the most bullish things. These prices are so crazy silly. I will do whatever I can do to try and make more funds so I can get more OMI at some point in the future. And there's somebody that I know near and dear. I don't want to spout out his business to everywhere. It just had a kind of a really life-altering event. And currently, I have been telling my friends for years, like, hey, one day I'm gonna make a lot of money and I'm gonna take care of you. Like, not like, just pampering them or whatever, but a buddy of mine just had a pretty life-altering event, and I can't do anything yet. I can't do anything to make it better, and that hurts more than anything. Like I've been, in veterinary fields, I've been bitten, I've been clawed and scratched, and I've been hurt with like fights and like car accidents, but not being able to help a friend when they're in need, that really hurts. And I hate that feeling, and I never want that to happen again. So in the next couple of years, as OMI goes to the heckin' moon and I become decamillionaire and probably by 2026 100 millionaire. And if I say that to anyone that doesn't know, is like, oh, okay, this guy is crazy. I forget what I was going on with. More OMI this is how you get it. This guy Ray used to tell me back in the day, knowledge is power, and I 100% agree. But I also think that, how do you help the world? How do you help people? Well, having money is a really good heckin' start. That's how you go and you help people. Oh, hey, they have a medical bill. Oh, hey, you can take. Oh, they can't afford their seizure medication, or they can't afford their insulin. Well, you could help them out. You can't, like Mark Cuban going in like this. I don't know how many lives this man will save with this act, and is going really, really under the radar. People are talking about it, but not as much as they should. Where he's going and he's saying like, hey, he's opening his own pharmacy, showing people exactly what he pays for these medications, and it's like, okay, this is the appropriate markup. We still make a little bit of profit, but this is what you pay. And then all the other pharmacy companies are charging up the freaking yin yang for it, and literally changing. And he's starting with only like 100 different drugs. I would only probably get my drugs through him. Please don't take that clip out of context. And I would probably only, I would love to emulate that in the future. And buying OMI is probably one of the best ways to be able to do that in the future. Again, right now, the Wraithax selling jewels in Earth 2 is insane. Actually, I haven't checked my my thing in a minute. Hang on one second. Let me go to my Earth 2 profile. And my mentors have detected only 92 ether. That is interesting. Why 92 ether? I don't know. I'm going to go to my resources, and claim some of my jewels. 36 jewels claimed. Very nice. Very, very many men. No, color. No, not color. Maybe. Do I have? Now, what type? Oh, wow. I have a lot of jewels. Wraithax I do selling some of his brilliant jewels. I definitely don't have that because I haven't done anything crazy with it. But let's see. Nope. I got bloodstone. Cat's eye? Cat's eye. Isn't that the type of marble? Cat's eye marble. Anyway, I digress. Moving on here. outside of those super chats, we got. Oh God, where was I? Yep, Mark Anthony. So no, Mike Bronson, I'm not claiming to be a billionaire. Will it happen one day? It is possible if I just hodled for 8-10 years, give or take. But I will towards the middle of the decade when I get let's say 100 millionaire status, like 9 figures. A lot of that will go to charity. So yeah, a lot of it. So like 90%. And this is why I love my girlfriend too. Like I love her for a lot of different reasons, but one of the main reasons is that if any of you guys or gals or anyone in general, they tell their partners, hey, let's say if they have $100 million, I'm going to donate 90. I'm going to give away 90 million of it, 90% of it to charity. Most girlfriends are not just going to be okay with that. It's like, oh yeah, you give away that money, like, but she's 100% all right with it. She's just because for charity. Yeah, again, she's a veterinarian. She loves animals, so we gotta. I love that lady. Moving on. Aaron says, should I sell 3 lenticular Mickeys for Donald and Daisy? Now, Donald and Daisy is great to get, and if there's any other cards that you have, I would totally, or there's any other NFTs that you have to get a Donald and Daisy, totally do it, but I would not sell 3 Mickey cards for Donald. I just wouldn't yet. And now that's a great one. That is a great one to get, but I would not do that. I would not sell 3 Mickey cards for it. I would not. Especially now it's down this low. It's down to under 500. It's like the lowest it's ever been. I would not do that here. Alan says, at real Randy, not from veve, maybe staking on an exchange. Yeah, that's possible. Radic says, gonna get off here, but are you still selling for OMI? Interested in Superman R2? I don't have them, but sorry, I wish I had them. Andrew Detox says, OMI exchange staking would be great. It would be great. Mike Brown says, you have 104 Bitcoin. You want some? I do not have 104. Oh, Mike Bronson has 104 Bitcoin. Wow, that is a ton. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I could just take something from someone. I feel like if just give it. I don't know if I earned it. Like if you want to like super chat something, sure, but I don't think I don't know. Like every now and then people do gift me stuff, and I was like, thanks guys, but I don't know if I can just take a whole. I mean, I guess if it's for as long as it's like for charity, I'll eventually do it. Give me Bitcoin and put it into OMI or just whatever, and I'll hodl it, and then maybe I could do that. But like I'm not just gonna take like a Bitcoin and then just be like, yo, I'm gonna buy a boat. Like I'm not gonna do that. Roddick says, sold him OMI to my brother-in-law. Oh, very nice, very nice. ZT says, I understand a big chunk of OMI will be burnt, but how do you go into calculating $1? Is it more of a mental price? No, it's the fact that when you have OMI being taken from the circulating supply and being burnt from there, I think in the next couple of years, we'll probably burn, I don't know, tens of billions of OMI. Because again, we only have the NFTs right now, and we've only had this time last year, we did not have bi-week, or we did not have the drops that were bi-weekly. They were every 2 weeks. We did not have multiple drops per week. We did not have and we burnt almost 30 billion OMI throughout the inception of the app, through the reserve wallet. But we have a lot of last year, the marketplace, we didn't have a lot of people. You couldn't get on the app. The marketplace was closed a lot. We only had drops every couple weeks. It was insane. It was nuts. Literally this time last year, there was still like thousands of Todds left in the store. It was crazy. It's crazy sauce. And when you have things like 28,000 people downloading this app each. No, not even. Like monthly active users is up to like 2 million monthly active users. That's insane. Like that is madness. Like I said, we'll have well over 10 million OMI. I'm sorry, 10 million people at the end of the year, monthly active users. All of which and their Veveverse, that is their main focus. The app is the app, and it's going to be great. But Veveverse, that is the big money maker, and nobody sees it yet. A lot of people are 100% underestimating what the Viviverse will be. And I know this because everyone underestimated what Earth 2 was. Everyone always underestimates everything until it happens. And it's the naysayers go for it. Remember that episode of Sex in the City where what's her name, the one that was kind of a loose loose woman, not loose, well, you know what I mean. She was saying that she was helping this guy become like a model, and this guy's like being pissed off. It's like, the only people, like, there's no girls chasing me. There's only gay guys that are chasing me. And then she calms him down. It's like, listen, first come the gays, and then come the girls. And then he's just like, I don't believe you. And then suddenly he sees like his face on like a bus or like a bus stop, and the girl's like, oh my God, you're him. And then suddenly he's getting swarmed by girls. And then he's like, oh, I like this now. I feel like a lot of people are like him, where they get frustrated that their short-term dreams, their short-term flips, short-term whatever, do not pan out. And they're like, oh, it's been... I've even seen this with Earth too. We're like, hey, my investment's not really going up that much. It's really only up like 8 or 12% or whatever. Like, oh, okay. And I'm reading it, it's like, yeah, I started this a week ago. It's like, oh my God, like most people in this world that don't know how to invest in the S&P 500. They make between 9 and 11% each year. And a lot of these new people, just don't understand that, and they just are so like, it's like people that, like, young kids nowadays, that internet goes out. Like, so I remember a few years ago where I was living at my friend Mark's, and his daughter Lauren, who's a very good friend of mine, we had a blackout. So like, and she's all about like going on a computer, playing like Minecraft and playing games and whatever. And we couldn't charge our phones. There was no, there was no internet. Like, she didn't know what to do. And I was like, we just chill, we just talk. And she's like, I'm bored. I was like, so we would like play Uno, we would play like other games, and but a lot of the younger people don't know. It's like they don't know what it's like to be slow. I don't mean like be slow, like, I mean like for things to just take time, and no, just relax. I feel like the younger, like, I feel like I'm Brooks, where from Shawshank Redemption is like, oh, the world went and got itself in a hurry. I saw an automobile once when I was a kid. Now they're everywhere. It's like I feel like old, because everyone wants that instant gratification, and it doesn't always come. Yeah, every now and then, sure, you buy something and it moons like right there. But a lot of the people that are new to this, they see the gains from or like meme coins really quickly, not realizing that a lot of those are rug pulls, not Doge or She, but other things like it, like Baby Trump, Schmegmars, a lot of things that are rug pulls. They happen to, they moon before they rug pull. And some people make some money because they buy in. Oh, they get out, and some people lose a lot of their money because, again, it gets rug pulled. So yeah, the dollar is not really a mental thing. It's just the fact that everyone is going to be burning from the circulating supply with land in the Viviverse, with everything in the Viviverse, with renting, and again, having a $300 billion market cap is, in the next couple of years, will be the norm for a lot of top 10 cryptos. And even if we didn't burn anything from the circulating supply, we have, that's still $300 billion market cap, for $1. But we will, if you thought there was FOMO into like Doge and She, whatever, when other companies and other places find out, oh, this is attached to Disney, it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be insane. I guarantee you, Viviverse and things like it are going to be things that you like. Oh, didn't know that was happening. Moving on. Radix says Todd. Oh, I already sold my Todd. Sorry. Diamond Inc. says, how do you find someone to trade NFT for OMI? You just got to ask around. Ray, thanks to the super chat saying, smash that like button, show Randy some love. Sean Gill says, do you think Russia is going to invade Ukraine, or are they just bluffing? I don't think that at all. I do not think so. Mike Brown says Russia should bring war to the USA. That is why. Why would you say that? Mr. DG4 is laughing. Says great impressions, bro. What? Thank you. Mike Brown says I would love to see Russia invade. No one in their right mind is going to try to invade the US. It is impossible. Like I love movies like Red Dawn and the remake of Red Dawn. And just because it's fun to like hypothesize, like, oh, what would happen? Yeah, a bunch of us would fight. Like there's a, but in reality, you just can't do it. Like how many bases are major bases, especially Air Force bases, are on the coasts, not including like the Coast Guard and the Navy and other stuff that's patrolling the shores, but do you know how many actual Air Force bases are on the coasts of East and West Coast of the U.S. that would just fighters would be scrambled in seconds? Like it's just nothing. No, no other country could do that. The only way possible is if Canada somehow turned on us and was like, we're going to invade the U.S. Like Justin Trudeau would have to be smoking everything in Canada to decide like, let's invade the U.S. And yeah, the tanks and whatever would come onto our borders. It would take us about 30 minutes to realize what was going on. And then hell to like, okay, yes, the largest Air Force in the world is the United States Air Force. Oh, Chavez, what's the second largest? Okay, you want to know what the second largest Air Force is in the world? It's the Navy. They have the second largest Air Force. So when I say that there is so many different types of what the aircraft alone, you control the skies, you control everything else, but there's no way, even if the rest of the world wanted to try to, no, they can't do it. They cannot do it. We have bases in most every other country in the world, and just good luck. Like, am I that one dude talking to Liam Neeson at the beginning of Taken? Because good luck. Like it's just not happening. Not only the fact that you have millions of veterans that are very disgruntled and are just hoping for a fight, it just would not happen. How many? All right, you know how many hunting licenses are giving out in like Wisconsin? Sorry, I was trying to imitate Lil Wayne when he rhymed mansion with Wisconsin. I was like, I don't know how the fudge he did that, but I was impressed. Anyway, how many hunting licenses? So all these hunting licenses that are giving out each year in these states like Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, whatever, to hunt, like to all of these guys, like they're not just given out like for their health. These guys can shoot like extraordinarily well. Like bow hunt, there's just, it is impossible to invade mainland U.S. You cannot do it. It is, am I the one wizard, the brown, that's like, these are a bunch of brown jackrabbits, I'd like to see them try, from The Hobbit? Like, it's just not going to it's just not possible. Moving on here. Sinful Mama says New Jersey is Mordor, so who is the Sauron of New Jersey? Is it Christie? Joaquin says, good show, old boy. You said good show, and that reminds me of Pops from, what's that called? What's the name of that show? Regular Show. Where it's like, good show, old boy, where he defeats the rappers by reciting poetry. It was one of the not great episodes, but it was just hysterical. It was hysterical nonetheless. It's like where, what do you call it? King Theoden of Rohan says, like, he's getting told by an aide, advisor, is like, 12,000 spears, less than half of what I'd hoped for. And then the guy's like, well, what do we do? And then he's like, well, we shall meet them in battle nonetheless. Like, Pops defeated those rappers nonetheless, even though he was battling with poetry. Moving on. Alan says Russia don't want that smoke. They don't. They again, Putin is not dumb. He is a very smart guy. He will only do so much as he can get away with. He did that with Ukraine because he can get away with it. He's doing this. Funny how he only does this when Democrats are in office. Anyway, moving on here. Hawking's good show. Sinful Mawa says that Mike Bronson, try Red Alert, Command and Conquer. I am not sure what that is. Mike Brown says Russia is tough. I'm 101st Screaming Eagles. No, I know Russia's very tough and they're insane, but again, like, no. All right, so nobody's dumb enough to try to invade Russia, especially in the winter. In that same breath, nobody is dumb enough to try to invade mainland. It's just not possible. It's no. again, you could try. Again, even if somehow the military was focused on whatever, like here's what any sitting president could do. Like, okay, if we're at like we're all nations against the U.S. Okay, um, and the U.S. military is focused on every other country. All the president has to say is be like, knock them on their ass. I'm like, yeah, and then it just be chaos in the streets, blades behind every single blade of grass. You cannot do that. Like, oh, I'm sorry. It's impossible. Between the veterans and the hunters in the U.S., you can't do it. It's just not possible. Moving on. Ray, thanks the $5 super chat. Says Earth 2 making it rain. He made 34 hundo today selling the extra brilliant jewels. And Ray, thanks another $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Saying he needs more OMI. Agreed. Monarch NFTs says looks like Biden and the Fed are about to crash crypto a bit further down. Some executive order on crypto in a week or so. Maybe. We shall see. Ancient One says, hi, Randy. What's your favorite looking collectible in veve? Honestly, the Superman and Elsa are so heckin' beautiful. They are just, can you call a man beautiful? I don't know. But they are like, they look so good. If you're talking about thirst traps, hang on one second. I have a thing for you. Excuse me. Store drops. It was in the last like week or so. DC cover girls. There ain't no reason why some of these girls be looking like this. Thought this was a family-friendly app. But I don't have any of those. Yeah, the Superman and Elsa, those are like the best looking on the app, in my opinion. Because I really remember you really liking Hawk Girl, but I love Hawk Girl. Hawk Girl, Shira, it's yeah, those are, yeah, I think Superman and Elsa are probably the best ones, looking ones, and yeah, like Hawk Girl's she's one of my favorite characters on Justice League. I mean, there's not too many on Justice League, but I love her. Timothy Monetary says, Randy, working them street corners for OMI confirmed. I'd do it. Y'all want an OMI fans? I'll do it. I don't know what my girlfriend would say about that. Sorry, I just had a weird thought. Moving on. Kenny says, it's nice to know your girlfriend is a veterinarian. I'm a vet too. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Come, I would love to, I mean, most likely you'll be retired because you have a bunch of OMI. But, if you still want to work, I'll have animal sanctuaries in the future. Make a lot of them. And if you want to come work, I'll pay you to be the vet at some of my sanctuaries. That'd be great. PBS Kid says, hey, Randy, is buying OMI through the same process on Bitforex before the migration? I think so, but don't quote me on that. Sean Tower investor, anyone selling a Todd? I already sold mine. I'm sorry. It says, Randy, anyone? Yeah, I'm sorry. I already sold mine. Radix says, I could be Strong Tower. Twitter, Radix-VV. Ooh, Radix might be doing it. Sean Tower says, cool, but I'm looking for a nice deal. See people selling their, it's like 50% discount. Oh my God, my hiccups. That's insane. 50% is a lot. But probably okay. You're getting a couple million OMI for it. So. Kelly Bordeaux says, great Brooks impression. Oh, I thank you. You like my Brooks impression from the Shawshank Redemption. I like to think that a lot of my impressions are actually pretty good. So moving on. Further ado, we're going to ZT saying, fantastic information. Thank you. No problem. Super Duper Hank says, I don't see a dip. I see a discount. My man. Xbot Man says, Randy, seriously, so I'm so glad I was fortunate enough to come across your channel one day. I appreciate your wisdom and your entertainment that you bring to the community. Dude, thanks, brother. Big hugs for you. Big hugs for everyone. We got a Mark Udon saying we got floating bases in the Pacific Ocean as well. Yeah, I didn't even think of that, but yeah, we do. We got a bunch of, and most of mine, remember that one episode of House where they're trying to figure out something and they were just brainstorming, like, bring it to an oncologist is going to see cancer. Bring it to, House is going to see an infection. I mostly see the military through Air Force eyes. And then, like, I was literally at a bar today with this guy from the Navy, and he'll probably only see, and he just got out too, so he's like fresh civilian. Probably will only see things through Navy eyes. And there was kind of one guy there who was from like Army, but he like was in for like a year. He doesn't really count. He like like, I don't know if like, I don't know. But yeah, but like people like, well, let's say my friend Paul. This is like his second or third book. So when Paul Ascadel, he'll probably see things through the army side. Um, he's such a cool dude. I love this. I haven't seen him in years, but I still love him. I still haven't read this. Um, Gotta read that. That it feels like the part in the movie saying like I gotta read that, and the audience is like, no, he's not gonna read it. He's gonna die. And talking about me, not Paul. Um, yeah, like he think of it as through army eyes, but yeah, I keep forgetting that other branches exist. And like, oh yeah, yeah, Navy has floating cities, floating bases, and they could just they don't. That's a great thing about it. They don't need to be in any type of range for them to just take out the ballistic missiles. Like like Air Force has to be at least a little bit in the range when you go in. But yeah, other things no. It's so awesome. This is a great. Sinful Mawa says Mexico could turn on us, or the Russians based in Cuba or Bermuda or Bahamas. Um, I mean, to try to get through Mexico, I don't know how the because they would have to go and fly all of their equipment into Mexico, and I feel like a lot of Mexico is not that easy to traverse and get to the border. That's very very hard to do. They'd have to fuel up. It's very very hard. Mm-hmm. Where was I? Kelly Bordeaux says you should listen to The War of 1812 by Arrogant Worms. Canada is coming. That sounds amazing, and I probably should. Sinful Miles says, did you know there's a Spanish base in the U.S.? I think it's in Georgia. I did not know that. I know we have Rota, Spain, or we have Rota Air Base in Spain. I had a friend. She was on the podcast. Erica Sadari. She was on the podcast. She's currently still in the Air Force. She's been in for what, like at least 12 years, 14 years, something like that. I don't know. We go over it in the podcast. It's really great. It's really fun. I miss all my Air Force friends. I miss them so much. Moving on. I know I say moving on like every other second. And I apologize about it. I'll try to think of something new. Where was I? Yeah. Strong Tower Investors. I will get back in a Comey when it hits the bottom. It's going lower. I hope so. T says institutions will buy Bitcoin when it dips. A big dip makes sense. Big boys get in cheap. Yes, they got to get in cheap. Monarch NFT says Batgirl got booty. LOL. Big A says Batgirl thick. Mark Gooden says, what do you think of Patrick Stewart's voice in the new Doctor Strange trailer? Oh my god, I like cried when I heard that. I was like, ah! Like when, there's some things that like when spoilers if you haven't seen Mandalorian season 2 yet. If you haven't, then the fudge is wrong with you. So at the end, and when I watched this, so I watched this once, and then I got my girlfriend into Mandalorian. So the first time when I saw it, the X-wing comes in, and I was like, "Who's got an X-wing?" Okay, yeah, I'm saying like, okay, it's definitely not Luke. Get that out of your skull right now, because I didn't want to be disappointed if it wasn't him. So I was thinking it could be one of the pilots from, that he had met earlier, and maybe he's gonna take out all those dark soldiers with the X-wing somehow. But then there's someone like in the X-wing, and that person's got a lightsaber. I was like, is that Ahsoka? Is that Ahsoka with one lightsaber? I was like, okay, this could be interesting. And then I noticed the glove. I was like, that's freaking Luke. That's freaking Luke. And then he force choked someone with his glove. I was like, oh my god, this is. And then he showed his face, and I'm bawling. I was like, it's Luke, it's Luke. And then R2 was like, is it? And then when I showed the girlfriend that episode, because we watched through all of them, she's like, no way. She's like, who is that? And I was like, girl, I felt like that cop from Dark Knight Returns or Dark Knight Rises, where Batman's going din din din, all the lights are going out, and the rookie's like, what is that? And the guy's like, oh, you're in for a treat tonight, boy. Like I felt like that, like, oh girl, you're in for a treat tonight. And it was him, and I started crying all over again, and she's like, I forget what we were talking about here. Oh yeah, so Patrick Stewart's voice in Doctor Strange, that just brought in such a flood of emotions. Also, there's a lot of fake news going around. The fake news being that Kevin Feige said there's not going to be any more Avengers movies. Like, okay, so they're talking about a clip in the Eternals extra credit scenes, or like in the Eternals behind the scenes on the DVD or on the Blu-ray, and he says like the Avengers up to this point, and basically Phase 4 isn't really going to have any Avengers movies. There's going to be a lot of crossovers, but they're doing Secret Wars. Like they're not going. They have the Illuminati. Like there's not going to be. They would be absolutely ridiculous if they stopped ever doing Avengers movies. Those are the highest grossing films. Like, so they're definitely doing Avengers movies. But because he said something that Kevin Feige said something that sounded like it could be construed as no more Avengers movies, but there are going to be more. Yeah, I cannot wait. Phase 4 is pretty much Marvel going and saying, "Hey, we got all these new licenses. We got Fox. We got the Sony sharing deal. They have Deadpool. They have all the X-Men, like the Fantastic Four. It's gonna be great. That's their kind of way to figure out what they can do, what they can't do, and stuff. And I'm here for it." John Toe says, "What do you think about special mints, like having a Mickey with the year Disneyland opened? Those will probably be good one day, but right now, no. Right now, there's no. Maybe you have to hunt really, really well to find someone, but it's not a thing right now. Unfortunately, there will be in the future, but right now, just too early." Jared Sousa says, "Supergirl, she bad." Yeah. Joaquin says, "What are your thoughts on the R2-D2 Star Wars drops in price? They're, if you're just focused on collecting, do not sell those. Those will be, I mean, they're already a lot of money, but those are going to be stupid amounts of money in the future. They're great." Digital Sniper says, "The X-Wing and Luke scene had this grown man in tears. Inner child." I talk about this a lot, and I apologize for, telling the story so many times, but in 2015, Google, when it was like Zeitgeist reviews, before they got all like woke, they would do years in review, like kind of year of search, but it would be Google years in review. And they would take the viral clips from that year, whether it was on, I don't think TikTok was the thing, whether it was on like Vine, it was on Instagram, YouTube, whatever. And they would show, like who died that year, famous people. And then they would show, other viral clips, and they matched it all into one great video. And in 2015, when Force Awakens came out, the trailer obviously came out earlier that year. And there was a guy, I think he was a reverend or a pastor. He had the white collar, and he's sitting there watching and you're listening to him. You're listening to the sound of him watching the Star Wars Force Awakens trailer, and he's kind of almost like bored. And then you hear in the background, and he's like, Chewie, like this grown man, like 47-year-old man, is like, "Oh my God, it's Chewie," and because he's in the Force Awakens, and I was like, that's happiness. The fact that something. It's sci-fi. It's not real, but that can make people. Oh God, that's how you know when it's good writing. That's how you know when you've impacted people, when you can make other people cry. And I've done that before with my Be Me stories on Facebook, and that's a really satisfying feeling. That's really cool. Like to get that reaction. It's like parents on Christmas Day. They want to get that reaction out of the kids. Like I'm so emotional over Star Wars. That is, yeah. It's like the big first thing that I got in. The first big thing that I got into. I get into Lord of the Rings years later. Rocky. But yeah, Star Wars. That's so good, so good. Moving on, Ryan Domaney says, "I have $15,000 in TFSA. Really think of taking even $10,000 out and putting it into OMI. It would put me at 3 million tokens, but don't know if I can take money out through my bank. What do you think?" I think that any project, even OMI, can go to zero at any time. And if you Again, I'm already all in on OMI. But I'm okay if it goes to zero. Like if OMI goes to zero, my lifestyle doesn't change at all. Like I'm still going to be living very poorly. It is so I could just continue living like this for another 5, 7, 10 years and be a millionaire again in a decade. But yeah. So think to yourself, what is going to hurt more? Worst case, on both worst case scenarios, if you take that money out, you put it into OMI and OMI goes to zero, or if you leave it in there and OMI moons like a mother flapper, what's going to hurt more? What is easier to live with? For me, leaving money on the table and missing out opportunity, that would hurt more, than going to zero. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. Kelly Bordreau, how's it going? Oh, Abudrew says, at Ryan, yes, you can withdraw from your TFSA in your bank. It generally takes a day or two. Big A says, would you spend $1,000 in market now or wait? If yes, was good. I mean, if you have the gems and you don't want to cash out and so on, I mean, I don't even know if you can get a rare Spider-Man because that I think is 1.1 or 1.2. Let's take a look. The rare Spider-Man is 1.1, but you could definitely get a common. Yeah, it was a common. Common 655. Oh my god, common 655, and an uncommon is 479. Nice. I think you can get Zombie Hunter Spider-Man too for under $1,000. You can at $750. This was $1,800 at one point. But if I am being real, honestly, this Steamboat Willie, the Jaunty Jig, oh, it's $550 now. All right, went up a little bit. But even still, this is at $1,300. This is it is not a first appearance though. So the Spider-Mans I do actually like a little bit more. Maybe the lenticular cards, the first editions. I mean, actually, you could get. The Lady and the Tramp is still good, but yeah, and that's about $1,000. Yeah, you could actually get a Lady and the Tramp from Skyleaf for $1,000 right now. I think that is good. And the Mickey and Friends. Again, I just bought a second Mickey Mouse. Oh my god, and it dipped even further. It's $467. I bought one at $500. I bought another one at $497 because it finally went below, and now it went below. It's at $467. What is Minnie at then? Minnie's $400. Wow. Daisy Duck, she's probably gonna be lower. $370. Damn. Donald Duck is $671. Not bad. Moving on here. Ooh, my body. Also, Harley Quinn is very good as well. First appearance. Monarch Energy says Akomi wick down to 0.0045 and 0.0048 was the only area of resistance. And if that wick would have closed as a candle below 0.0048, then the bottom would technically be 0.0018. Well, thank God it didn't. And also, my back do be hurting, though. John Toe says, what about last mints on comic books and collectibles? I think they're very, very valuable. A lot of people don't think that yet, so I do think, as everything, I am early. Mr. Pags does also think that as well, that those will be worth a lot. That is, I see some high asking price, and I did happen to sell a Powers of X 2,500 because I had the last mint. Nice. General 69 says, really wanted to buy this dip, just couldn't bring myself to do it. Need to see something promised come to fruition before I dump even more into them. I mean, I understand, kind of. I would also think that when the theses of the company hasn't changed, they haven't changed ownership. They still have the, what they. Well, I mean, I get it. What they've been promising MTL for like a year, but I get it. The thesis of the company hasn't changed. Nothing, like, they didn't go and lose any, like, Disney didn't go away from them. Marvel and DC haven't, like, withdrew their contracts. This is the future. Veve Friends, not $1.99 super chat, says, appreciate your videos and would love to collab. well, veve fiends, shoot me a message on the Twitter. On the tweeters, anyone ever see Schitt's Creek, where Alexis is making fun of Eugene Levy because like, oh, like us on tweeters, and instead of Twitter he put tweeters. Anyway, yeah, shoot me a message. Be advised that might take a while, but I will try to get to that at some point. We have a Patreon member shout out that I'm going to get ready for, and I'm going to pick. It's my party and I'll cry. No, it's not that. I'm going to pick a oldie book, and I feel like I've sang this pretty recently. But this is, again, it's my Patreon member shout out, and I am going to sing what I want. Okay. Patreon member shout out. I don't know what it is that makes me love you so. I only know I never wanna let you go. 'Cause you started something, can't you see? That ever since we met you had a hold on me. It happens to be true. I only wanna be with you. It doesn't matter where you go or what you do. I wanna spend each moment of the day with you. Everyone please check out at Hey David Don, at King Mavs Forever. On the Twitter, you got Standoff Chart and King Mavs over on the veve app. Kobe Collects and OMI Player 1 on the YouTube, and Raythax.eth all over on the wherever you want to search them. Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, veve Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy of Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Charles Merkel, veve Darklink, Cavell Anderson, and veve Vibes all over on the YouTube. Powers of X #1 over here. Kobe Collects down here. At Wet Wizard veve, and Gary O at 1234CA3 on the Twitter. DerekBrad.com/pages/veve-photography, and WoundedWarriorProject.org. All places y'all should check out. Where was I here? Justin says, at Monarch NFT, it's Wales, TA is science. I love you so much. Ryan Domain says, at Kelly, thank you. Is there fees, though, taking out TFSA? Just don't want to get caught with some sort of downside to it. Would definitely kill me if OMI mooned and I missed badly. Monarch says, of course it's whales. TA and whale movements are one and the same. Kelly Bordeaux at Ryan, no fees, but it can change the amount that you can contribute in 2022, which probably doesn't matter. Excuse me, fair point. And veve Fiends, yeah, veve Fiends, yes, message me on the Twitter. Thank you for the super chat. Just at Journal69. One, you have an O in your name. Two, do you see these burns? Yo, these burns are great. General 69 says, at Justin, when you have as much invested as I do, then we can talk. Oh, he said you got no nipples. Justin says, how much you got? General 69, you on Telegram? Okay, guys, I've done my 2 hours here. I have so much to do. I have to reheat my meat. I know that sounded dirty, but I got meat here. I got to reheat it. I honestly probably should not have eaten that. This was not in the fridge. Probably going to be sick. Like, look at the. Yeah, I can't eat that anymore. I have to get up and shower in the morning. I have to do my video. Maybe I'll do my video tonight and then just release it in the morning. That sounds good, right? Yeah, I'll probably do that. Digital Sniper says, reheat your meat. Is that code? Justin's on YouTube. Kelly Bardos, listen to the song. It's hilarious on YouTube. Wait, what song? Wait, what song? The Dusty Springfield song? Random says, yeah, you eat that meat, Francie. It says it's all good. All right, guys, I love y'all. I gotta go. My voice hurts as well. I'm so tired. Kelly Bardos is The War of 1812 by Arrogant Worms. Okay, I will. All right, I love you guys. Gonna message you there. All right, good night. Meow, meow. Thank you for the super chats. I love you. Meow, 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 meow. My body. It burns.